Hey, everybody, this is Justin with Beacon Interfaith Housing Collaborative, and today I'm going to walk through how to use our digital postcard. In 2020, we had a whole bunch of congregations doing in-person physical postcards. Well, in 2022, we still live in a very hybrid world. We've got some folks choosing to worship exclusively virtually, some folks who are doing hybrid, both in-person and virtual. And so that's why we've created a tool to help us reach all of the folks in our communities to make sure that they can sign on in support for Bring It Home Minnesota. As we heard in our Rent is Due on March 1st, there is a whole lot of momentum happening around this year's legislative session. Over the month of February, in just a matter of 2 weeks, we met with 39 legislators to have conversations about Bring It Home Minnesota. So now in March, we need to show those 39 legislators that the 274 Beacon leaders who met with them have hundreds, if not thousands of folks who are supporting Bring It Home Minnesota this year. That's why we're going to be using this digital postcard, which can be sent out digitally, which can be used in person in congregations, and that will help us get as many folks as possible to send out this joyful vision that all people should have a home. And we should do it this year because we've got the resources and we know that we can. That leads me to share my screen here so that way we can walk through our digital postcard. First things first, I want to walk through how to actually use the postcard. It's super easy to use. You get a link, bada bing, bada boom. Once you click on that link at the top of the page, the first step is to find our legislator. As you can see, you click on the My Legislator link, and that will bring you to the Minnesota State Legislative Coordinating Commission's search template for folks to find their legislators. So you type in your address here, and you will get taken to a page that lists out all of your legislators: Minnesota House, Minnesota Senate, and then our federal legislators in the House and Senate as well. So we've got, for me, my local House rep and state senator are Athena Hollins and John Marty. So the second step is to enter our House rep's email into the legislator email box. So when I click on Athena's page, you'll see her email address right here, repathena.house.mn. I take her email and type it into the legislator's email box located on the digital postcard. From there, I just fill out the postcard. I enter my name, I enter a quick value statement about why housing is an important issue to me, and then I fill out my address, my email, my congregation or faith community. If one of our partner organizations in the Coalition for Bring It Home Minnesota is going to be using this tool as well, so they would enter that in this section. And then the signature, this is a fun little tool. If you want to click with your mouse, you can write your name. If you're using a mobile device, you can just use your finger and write it on there. And then we date the digital postcard and hit submit. Once we hit submit, we're going to repeat the process for our state senator. Super easy. We just cut and paste their email into the form and repeat the process, fill it out again. And now we have officially contacted both our House rep and our state senator. A twofer using the digital postcard. Wow, that's super easy. But there is one catch. Some state senators, like my state senator, John Marty, he has his own email form. See, use email form. I love his little bow tie, by the way. If you ever know John Marty, he's a bow tie guy, and I think that's super cool. What I don't think is cool, though, is this form. Super easy, though. The way that we are using folks who have that have their own legislator email form, we're just going to cut and paste the text of our digital postcard and use their form. I filled it out right here. So on the legislator's email form, just the same name, address. I live at 1234 Happy Fun Street, and we're going to cut and paste the text of the digital postcard into their message to them. It's super easy, but it's just some legislators have their email listed directly, and some, like Senator Marty here, have their own email form, and it's just a simple cut and paste job in order to get Senator Marty and others to hear our message for Bring It Home Minnesota. So that being said, super easy to fill out, but we need to get hundreds of people to fill this out with us. So that's why Beacon leadership teams are coming up with some plans. The first step in that plan is to set a goal. What is a goal for your congregation that would fill you with joy? Now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, man, wouldn't it be joyful if 100 people from my congregation filled out one of these digital postcards? That would be crazy. I mean, that's a huge, fun, and exciting number for me. For some congregations, that might be 20 or 25 folks. That goal is going to look different for every congregation, but what should be a guiding star for you on these goals is what is a number that's both powerful and possible, and it gets you excited to see. So reach out, text, set up a quick Zoom call, get together as a team, whether it's over the phone or online or a conference call, and say, hey, how many of these do you think we can fill out, team? What's a joyful, powerful number that we can hit together? Step 2 of the master plan for our digital postcard push is, how do you want to get there? How do you want to hit that joyful, powerful goal? We've come up with some ideas, some digital ideas for you to get this out into the hands of a lot of folks, putting up the digital postcard on your congregation's website, putting out a social media post, encouraging folks to join us when it comes to filling out and contacting our legislators through the digital postcard. You can send it out through email blast and e-news. All you need is the link, and boom, you can send it to all the people in your church if you want to. The second idea is some in-person ideas. The fun thing about having a digital postcard is that we can use this digitally and we can also use it in person. Some ways to do that is tabling at congregations. After service on Sunday, if you either want to use your phone, you can have people fill it out directly on your phone. You can set up some laptops. Super easy to fill out. And like I said, you get 5 or 10 folks after a Sunday service to either hand out a phone or a tablet or a laptop. People can fill it out right then and there. We also have a paper version of this, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Some other in-person ideas are clergy announcements from the pulpit, getting your faith leader to talk openly at the front of the room to say, hey, everybody, after church, go and meet with the Beacon team to fill out this postcard to make sure our legislators know to bring it home Minnesota in 2022. What are some other congregational events that you have going on? An adult education hour, for example. What are the other fun and exciting things that you can do in the month of March to get this into the hands of people to take action with us? Be creative. There's all sorts of silly, fun, awesome stuff that you can do. Those are just a couple of examples. But the whole goal really is to get as many people as possible to join our chorus of Minnesota Can Pass, Bring It Home this year. Which leads me to our third and final step of the digital postcard push for March. Let's be a beacon, y'all. Who are you going to call? Family and friends? What other congregational groups are you going to talk to? What about beacon supporters in your congregation outside of your BLT? Right now, the world needs a hopeful vision that we can end homelessness in Minnesota, and bring it home is one of the most effective ways to do that. Not just to stabilize for 500,000 Minnesotans, but to increase development of deeply affordable homes, to get people out of shelters and have the rent subsidy they need to actually get into homes. From shelter to development to rent subsidy and stabilizing 500,000 Minnesotans. Bring it home is a very joyful conversation for our state to be having right now. We have the resources, but we just need the people. So fill out this quick, easy digital postcard by gum, and we can really demonstrate how many folks are with us. So set a goal with your team, make a plan on how to hit your goal, and be a beacon. Be excited to be able to talk to people in your faith community and in your life that we are making some waves when it comes to a big historic policy like Bring It Home Minnesota, and we just need them to add their voice through this digital postcard. So this digital postcard, once you fill it out, it automatically lets us know who did it. So if you fill this out, when folks in your congregation fill it out, we get to see not only the legislator that got contacted, but who took that action. That's a great tool for you in your congregation to see how many folks actually took action with us. We want to be able to give you this whole list at the end of March and say, hey, here's all the people in your congregation who took action with Beacon. Have a one-to-one with them. We've got an event coming up in April at the Capitol. We've got a big event in May with Governor Walz. And one of the coolest things is that this is a great opportunity for y'all to help build out your snowflake. When we have a list of folks who took action with us, we can follow up with them. We can get to know their self-interest. We can get to know, hey, why do you care about housing? What are other issues that are important to you? This is a great tool for us to strengthen relationships in our faith community. So yeah, it builds our power for Bring It Home Minnesota, but it also builds and strengthens our congregations. Wow, what a cool opportunity we have in the month of March to use this digital postcard. There's a couple of things that we want to let you know that you have resources for. We've got a link to the digital postcard. We'll be able to send that out lickety split. We've also got our Bring It Home Minnesota website. It's got everything that a person needs to know about Bring It Home Minnesota. If somebody says, I'd love to fill out this postcard, but sure would love to know more, the link is in the postcard. How convenient. We can send you all some sample language if you need it on how for e-news, social media, for email blasts that talk a little bit more about why people should fill out this digital postcard. We've got a physical one-pager that we can print off and you can have at your congregation. It's basically got the same information on our website, but in a physical piece of paper. You can put it in your booth, you can put it in your bulletin, you can put it all over the place if you want to. We also have, like I said earlier, a digital version of the a paper version of the digital postcard. So if you're tabling after church, you can have people sign and fill that out. All you would need to do is have them fill out that paper postcard and then just enter the information in yourself into the digital postcard link. Lickety split, save the paper list and their signatures, enter it into the digital platform, and hold those paper and give those to your organizer. So if you're like, hey, I want to go pretty old school with the tabling, still going to send it out digitally, but also I love me some clipboards and some paper, Justin. Can I use that? We have that option for you as well. There's just a little extra step that goes into entering the data. But I am also letting you know that one of your greatest resources is, boom, me and Ricky and Emily and Deb, your organizing team. We are here for you. We got your back. We want to make sure that you feel supported in our journey in getting hundreds, thousands of people to sign our digital postcard to let our legislators know that Bring It Home Minnesota is possible, and thousands of folks are with us in that belief that all people can have a home, and Bring It Home Minnesota is one of the most effective ways to do it. So right now, it is March 1st, and we are looking towards March 31st to get as many people to sign these things. I'm going to stop right here and say this should not be a burden. This should be a fun activity for you and your congregation. How can we get these postcards into as many hands as possible to show our legislators that we have hope, that we have a joyful vision, and we as people of faith right now can be a beacon to those who are looking for something to give them hope. We might not win Bring It Home Minnesota this year, but we have never been this close. And we're going to continue to build off of our work over the last year and the year before that to make sure that all people have a home. We are doing some amazing work. And this is a great opportunity to invite folks into that joyful vision of what's possible. And we're going to do it with a digital postcard. So thank you for joining us for our March digital postcard push. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at 320-250-6630, or you can email me at jlevandusky@beaconinterfaith.org. Just reach out to one of your organizers, reach out to me, but most importantly, reach out into the world with your faith, because right now we have a very joyful call, and I'm very excited to be a part of that work with you. Have a great weekend. Have a great day. Have a great March. We'll see you at the next Rent is Due on April 1st.